The European Union is pushing back against the United States in the escalating trade dispute sparked by US President Donald Trump's tariffs on steel and aluminium. In a document reviewed by news agency Reuters, the European Commission has laid out a plan to impose counter-tariffs of 25% on a wide range of American products. Some of these tariffs will take effect as soon as 16th of May and others scheduled for implementation on the 1st of December. The goods span a surprisingly diverse spectrum, everything from diamonds in eggs to dental floss, sausages and poultry. US exports of almonds and soybeans are also on the list for December enforcement. The move comes as part of EU's broader strategy to respond to what it considers unjustified US trade restrictions. Speaking earlier on Monday, EU Trade Commissioner Maros Sefcovic noted that the new set of tariffs is expected to have a smaller financial impact than earlier proposals, amounting to less than the previously announced 26 billion euros, which is roughly $28.45 billion.
The current trade situation with the United States, our most significant partner, is in a tough spot. A range of tariffs is hitting a significant portion of EU exports. In fact, 380 billion euros worth of EU exports to the US. So we are talking here some 70% of our total exports are facing tariffs of 20% or 25% or even higher when combined with existing most favored nation tariffs like 27.5% duty on passengers' cars altogether. We have offered 0 for 0 tariffs for cars and all industrial goods. Second, let's be clear. However, engaging the US will take both time and effort. Right now, we are in the early stages of discussions because the US views tariffs not as a tactical step, but as a corrective measure. We are fully prepared to sit at the negotiation table whenever our American partners are ready.
Thank you very much. Let's take some questions. Bata, please.
Well, the EU remains open to and strongly prefers negotiations. We will not wait endlessly. I'm sure that Michał will do it in perfect, beautiful Polish.
US to reply that the European Union will not wait endlessly. Do you envisage or do you...
All the deadlines here are clearly determined by the legal process, so we will be distributing the finalists this evening. We expect the vote on Wednesday, and once this is done, so the collection of the duty starts as of 15th of April for the first part, and in full respect of WTO methodology, second part will kick in 30 days later, so we are talking about 15th of May.
Thank you. President von der Leyen has mentioned this offer to the United States of 0 for 0.
We are not in a business to going, let's say, cent for cent or tit for tat or dollar for dollar, but we of course would consider what are all the other instruments which we have on the table.
For example, agri-food standards, tech rules.
But at the same time, until now, despite of efforts and opening, we haven't seen the real engagement which would lead to the mutually acceptable solution, because it has to be fair for both sides. And what?
Just really quickly to the...
If it comes to the non-tariff barriers, I can tell you that we spent quite some time and energy to explain how the VAT works, that we are not only one. There are more than 160 countries which is using VAT. VAT is an important source of income for our member states. This is how we fund our state budget, and we are not going to change our VAT system.
Thank you. Joanna, you still have a question?
If it comes to China, I think that my visit there was clearly guided by the fact that we need to re-engage with China. It's our third most important trading partner if it comes to the volumes of goods traded, and we've been accumulating a lot of issues on the table. So I think it's a time to start removing part of the problems from the table.
If you share these words, and if you think that these black days.
Very much for the question. Indeed, this is kind of black day for the markets. I would say all over the world, because I mean we have seen the plunge in U.S. stock markets, but the same in Asia and also in Europe. So this is just, I would say, the market reaction to what I think many of my colleagues in the room described as the most important paradigm shift in global trading patterns since the Second World War.
Notably absent from the final list are bourbon, wine and dairy products, which are basically items that had been included in a draft list back in March. At the time, the Commission was even considering a steep 50% tariff on bourbon, prompting Trump to issue a fierce warning. If the EU went ahead, he would slap a 200% tariff on European alcoholic beverages. That threat caused serious concern in France and Italy, both of which have major wine industries that would have taken a direct hit. Alongside the proposed counter-tariffs, the EU has also been strengthening its existing trade defenses. On the 1st of April, the bloc tightened its safeguard measures on steel, aiming to reduce imports by 15%. It's now also exporting import quotas on aluminium. The proposal for these new tariffs and trade measures will go to the EU member states for a vote on the 9th of April. If approved, they'll mark yet another chapter in a transatlantic trade feud that continues to ripple across global markets.